crack it just like that, my man.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
And cheers to everybody out there.
Cheers to all the rounders out there. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great week.
Mm-hmm.
How's your week going?
Man, it's good. Actually, it was a very productive week. Shout out to Tommy, Notes Media. Had a great meeting with him earlier today.
Wonderful.
And, just looking forward to a nice, relaxing, fun weekend.
As always.
Yeah.
Speaking of as always, make sure to follow us on the Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. We're live again at Around W The Boys on all the social medias. Follow us. Watch us live.
Yep. And the thing, as always, follow us live. You get to interact with the show.
That's
we'll
right.
Try to hit back on the comments and everything towards the sports section.
Yeah, we got a couple.
So anything you got going, just hit us up and we'll circle back to it.
No doubt. Got a couple. What up, chat? Shout out to Brandon, Captain DW, Crow, Josh. We already got some people watching. So.
Cool. Appreciate you tuning in. What we got on the docket
Go
today,
ahead,
Johnny?
subscribe, please. Today, I have a follow-up info on the cannon that was found by our Cape Fear Explorer friends.
Yep.
We are going to touch on the John McAfee situation, just because it's like super crazy.
Dude's a wildcat.
And then we have a little thing, which, by the way, I'm going to announce it right now. Chat, if you could pick 3 things that you had 10,000 hours to master, what would they be?
Yeah.
Think about that. 3 things you had 10,000 hours each to master. What would they be? So I have mine. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
And then we're going to finish it up with sports. We're going to talk about why the umpires are such sticklers with this sticky shit.
Dude.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they're talking about like making the game faster. Now they're just slowing it back down. We'll get there.
Yeah. John Rahm and his epic win. College World Series, NHL, NBA, the huge.
Yeah.
The huge. So, to get into it, do you need a beer?
Yes, I do, actually. Let's get this ball rolling. Kind of jumped the gun on the first beer today, but...
It happens. It's Friday.
Yep.
An update to the cannon, the Cape Fear Explorer. So, I said this last episode. They had found a cannon, right, in the river. They posted a picture 2 days ago of it after heavy I guess they're restoring it and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Restoration.
Pretty wild photo. I sent it to you.
Yeah.
But they said that they believe that it is from the ship La Fortuna, which wrecked off the coast of Brunswick County.
Dude, great pronunciation.
Oh, Spanish for it, dog. Come on. In 1748, when the Spanish invaded.
Yeah, dude, see, I was wrong on both counts. I said it was either Revolutionary War or Civil War.
Yeah.
Neither. The Spanish.
Yeah, so you read up on this right before we recorded.
So I was like, what the hell? I hadn't even heard of this. So apparently it was just 2 Spanish ships.
Yep.
They were just cruising around. It was in 1781. I think you had said that.
1748.
48. That was a different article I was reading.
Yep.
My fault. 1748. So these dudes are just cruising by, and just say, hey, let's raid this shit. And they just come in and raid it. Straight up. And so they had these 2 ships, and, back then, these little colonists, they're like, oh my God, these guys are ready to rock. So everybody was just literally taking all their shit and evacuating. They were just running for the hills.
Yeah.
Because nobody had anything to defend themselves with. So they took all of the townspeople, took their shit, ran, told some people a couple towns over, like some militia.
Mm-hmm.
They came back through, and while the Spanish are going through stealing all their shit, just sort of popping them.
Ambushed them.
Because they were like, oh man, that was too easy. And then these people came back with some ammo. And during that whole struggle, the Spanish were fleeing because they got overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ships, these militia people sunk one of those ships, and that was the result of that cannon.
Yeah, I think we read they raided the ship first to get whatever valuables they could, and then
they were blowing it up and fighting, and then while it was not fully sunk, they were getting on there.
Yep.
And then these bastards, they get all the shit back and sell it back to the people. It's like, dude, I don't know, it's just crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, they probably didn't sell, obviously, who the hell knows, but I just think that entire event is just such a little boop on history's radar, but little.
It's crazy to think that happened 25 miles.
Yeah, just
south.
right there.
Right there. Crazy.
It's crazy, and that makes you think, dude, you think about all over the world, all throughout history, how many random events happen.
Yeah.
Like that, especially back then, there's not really laws like today and oversight. And the fact that you do that, people aren't going to find out about it back home till 45 days later.
Yeah.
To cross the ocean.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're not sending a text.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there were 2 churches, right? What else did you read about that? So St. James Church in Wilmington, which is still around.
Yeah. So that was there during that invasion, the little excursion.
And then, but these Cape Fear Explorer guys are donating the cannon to the Brunswick County Museum or whatever it is.
Yeah. So the militiamen hired sailors salvaged many valuables as possible from the sunken privateer, selling the ship's contents and even some Spanish slaves. The proceeds of the sale financed the part of the construction of the church, St. Philip's Church at Brunswick and the St. James Church in Wilmington.
Yeah.
So there you go. Which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean we're talking 270 something years ago.
Yeah, which I think is cool. Like in Wilmington, they left those stones, the bricks, the cobblestone down there on something. Yeah, it's shitty on the car, but could you imagine being in a wooden wagon back then?
Zero suspension.
Yeah, and just beating the like all day long.
Yeah,
hell no.
You better have the tops on your salt.
Tight. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, man, they might as well just went on the dirt. It'd been better. Whatever. But
yeah,
that's an interesting little tidbit, little history.
And the cannon's really cool. You can tell it's like Spanish made. It's got like some emblems and shit on it.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. So y'all check that out. Moving on though. Okay, this is kind of like a conspiracy type shit.
Mm-hmm.
John McAfee was found dead in his prison cell
in Spain.
In Spain, quote unquote suicide.
Yeah.
So John McAfee, if you don't know, if you've never owned a computer. He started McAfee antivirus software, security software, which is like funny that we're touching on this now. I remember growing up when my dad was teaching me how to like build computers and use all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He swore by McAfee. Oh, you got to get the McAfee antivirus. Like you have to have it. Mm-hmm. And even to this day, this computer that we use to record on has it.
Yeah.
And like, so this guy started that. The first official commercial antivirus software.
Mm-hmm.
Was 1987. That's when he first released it. He sold the company in 94, which is quick.
That's what I thought. I was like, that's crazy.
Like that's before the computer boom, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the dawn almost. Yeah. And it's crazy. The fact that he made that in 1987, it's like, dude, nobody had a fucking computer in 87.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's just weird.
Like, I mean, who would have a computer?
But obviously he's a fucking genius.
Yes.
Because his shit worked and it was trusted in every computer, like all throughout the government, private, all over the place.
Right. So after he sells the company, he then turns around and starts becoming like the biggest critic of it.
Yeah.
So he's like starts bashing his own company.
Yeah. He makes it and then he's out and then he says it's shit. So that just goes to say he probably had some personal beef with it and all that. But I did look up like the height of his wealth was in 2007. It was worth like 100 mil. That was like the height.
Yeah, he's just one of those like crazy, like smart, but also like this guy's off his rocker. Like you can't trust him.
Oh, for sure, because he started like 4 or 5 companies after he left there,
right?
And was going nuts through there. I mean, but he's one of these cats. Like he said, Android has a problem, and he like figured out a way to hack them, and then like showed him like, hey, there's your problem. Just like doing shit like that. But he got into. He's one of these guys though. It's like, okay, this dude's a nut job, and he said he killed himself, and it's like, I don't know, this guy. If I didn't know this till today, he had 4 body doubles.
Yeah.
So that's what he said. He said he had 4 body doubles. He said you could tell in the lips.
Yeah, and he also said he has 47 genetic children.
Yeah. So I mean,
a lot of kids.
Yeah, he could have donated to a sperm bank. He could have really spread his seed. I mean, who the hell knows? But he said that. I mean, he said in 2019 that the CIA was after him, sending a message just saying they were going to get him.
Yeah, so the reason he was hiding out like in the rainforest and all this shit was for like tax evasion and all this whatever.
Yeah.
But there's more to it. He apparently hacked servers and claimed to have had a 31 terabyte, which is a humongous, insane amount of data.
Yeah.
Right? On an external hard drive that had information on a lot of high-ranking U.S. politicians and celebrities.
Yeah.
Mainly dealing with the Epstein thing.
Yeah.
So then he creates this token, this crypto token, whacked, tattoos it on himself. The wallet is named Epstein and then numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know. Mind you, this is all conspiracy shit. I think it leans a little bit more to the truth than to the conspiracy side of things.
Well, here's the thing. We clicked the link on the wallet. and like went.
There
to
are
it,
transactions happening as recent as 3 hours ago.
like literally still on there.
Yeah,
And it's like
you can check it out on the Blockchain Explorer.
it's like what the hell? I mean, I was just perusing through Twitter. I don't even remember this guy's name, but he was like he screenshotted a message that he supposedly got from McAfee or whatever, saying like literally the message was I like your work, keep doing what you're doing. That's all it was, and that was like 12 hours after he died. Like what? And the dude screenshotted it, and everybody's like, oh, bullshit, but like, I don't know if the dude and that guy, and I looked through his tweets, and he's like, I mean, he's one of those journalists, like citizen journalists, and doing all that kind of stuff. But it's like, if I was gonna bullshit a tweet or something like that, I'd probably make it a little more fantastic than just complimenting this random person. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like if he did die, if he did fake his death, he's leaving like little breadcrumbs to show you.
Right.
But here's what pisses me off about this dead man switch thing. All these people that do all this stuff, like Epstein supposedly had a dead man switch. Like he would expose everybody. Because the whole thing with Epstein and that creepy ass island was that he had cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Like if you look at these, like all the stuff from the courts, like Gina Maxwell and all that stuff, they like, and the people that supposedly were victims of this Epstein guy said like there was cameras like the bath. There was not one place that you didn't have a camera on you, period.
Yeah.
So like the whole thing was he brought all these powerful people from all over the world, celebrities, politicians, CIA people, intelligence people from every country, brought him there to do this weird shit and had it all on camera and was like, that was his, like, I got you, but he still got and nothing got out. So, but I'm saying like if this McAfee guy like had some crazy way to do it through blockchain to release this terabyte of information.
Yeah, I certainly don't know like how or what his aim was for it, but he left just a trail of shit.
Yeah, so the dude had like he put a post up, he had it on tattooed on his arm, said whacked, but with a money sign in front of it,
which is
the
token. That's like the.
But he did that. It was like 2019, I think.
And he said, if I die in prison, it wasn't by suicide. I was whacked.
He said, yeah, I was Epsteined.
Yeah.
And so it's like, bro, I mean, he's calling all this shit, and I just saw this interview from his wife that was there. I was like, yeah, I talked to him, 6 hours before he died or whatever, because he was about to get extradited back to the U.S. Cause
this week.
Yeah,
coming up.
This is all tax evasion bullshit. And he was like, all right, and like they had a whole meeting talking about planning how they're gonna do what, steps going forward. And then he was like, I'll love you, I'll call you tonight. Like said that to her face, and then he's dead like 6 hours later.
Yeah.
And she's like, no way. She's like, and this is what I thought, and I do believe this. Like this cat he's one of those guys that's so smart and so crazy he thinks he can beat the government.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So and that's basically what she was saying in a nutshell. She's like, he's not a quitter. Like this guy's never gave up or like backed down.
The dude was on
shit.
The run for years.
Dude, he's a wildcat dude, and he was like, he might have killed somebody in Belize. Like he was involved in some murder in like either 2014 or 2012. This American that lived down there and like got shot, and then like he said the cops did it, and the cops were like, nah, we didn't do it, and then he left there. So he's a wildcat, like no doubt about it. I'm
definitely gonna watch it though. I want to see what unfolds.
Oh yeah, for sure. You got to tune in. But anybody who's like, he's obviously done a lot of sketchy shit. If you have 4 body doubles, like you're in some shit. And one of them had a North Korean passport. Yeah, like he got arrested and had a North Korea passport.
You don't just get one of those.
Yeah, and the crazy part is he's like, this dude's tweeting this on his own personal Twitter.
Yeah.
And he's saying that, and he's like, yeah, one of them's 54, the other, he's like telling the ages, he's like, one of them now has arthritis in his hands. He's like telling how you could tell the difference, and everybody's like, dude, you're crazy. But it's like, hey, truth's in plain sight.
Yeah. Crazy enough to believe what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah, what's gonna happen. But so anyway, that's just an interesting thing, and so I don't know if y'all are conspiracy people out there, but I'd like to know y'all's opinion. Hit us up on chat, especially.
Do you think he's still alive?
Do you think he's still alive? Do you think the government killed him? Because the whole thing with Epstein was like, he hung himself, but the bed was only 5 foot 7 feet tall, and he was like a 6 foot tall guy.
Yeah.
You'd have to
and the guards magically fell asleep that night they fell asleep.
Yeah, just all kinds of shit. So I don't know, man. It's just an interesting deal.
I've never heard of 2 guards falling asleep.
No, not with a high profile person like that in there.
Just doesn't happen.
And then the pictures of his cellmate was this like fucking ex bodybuilder psycho that had already been in jail for like killing 4 people. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so do some digging. Hit us up. If you find anything crazy, we'll shout you out on here.
For sure. Yeah, let us know. All right, Jimmy. If you had 10,000 hours to master something, what would your first one be?
My first one would be golf, because it pisses me off. It's, as that Spanish guy says on the Instagram, it's harder than shit. Like,
yeah.
So my first one would be golf, and I say golf not only to, like, you know, be able to go out there with all the fellas and do decent and be able to keep up with Captain DW, who's a great golfer.
Yep.
But, like, it's a sport you can play the rest of your life.
It's true.
And so if I could just go ahead and just knock out 10,000 hours, right, which is like, what, a year and some change? And just...
I don't even know.
Yeah. I don't know. Somebody can do the math. But
no.
Anyway, go ahead and do that and then be able to just be good at golf. That'd be great. So that'd be my first one.
Your first one.
What would be your first one?
My first one would be coding.
Coding.
Computer coding.
Okay.
Because you can literally, with everything now, if you learn how to code well, you can build your own bots to do things for you. So, like, you know, I have Alexa, you know, Amazon Echoes in my house, and I have the smart lights and the fucking plugs.
If there's something you can do electronically, you do it.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, if I could learn how to code,
yeah,
I could build my own programs. I could build my own designs. I could build, you know, basically anything I want to do on the computer, which would then lead me into the next thing that I would master. Think about it. Coding gets one to get you paid.
Now I'm like on my edge of my seat. What's the next thing?
Stock trading.
Okay.
Because I could just code algorithmic bots
for certain trades that you're looking for.
Correct.
Yeah.
Based on circumstances.
I'm sure hedge funds and people already do
that. And now
look,
this stuff it's already around.
It's already out there, but
it's already out there.
You want to be able to do it personally.
And I want to master it.
Yes.
Yeah. Because then I could just hit go.
Yeah.
And now I don't have to work.
That makes sense. You know, what was interesting, like, so the reason we even brought this up was the kid Robbie at work that I work with, he was like, man, he randomly just said this shit. And I was like, he said perfect it at first. And I was like, there's no way you can perfect it. You can only master it, because, like, there's no way, not everybody's going to have the same result if they put the same amount of time in, you know, because some people just are naturally better at something.
It's just over a year.
Is it?
Yeah. 416 days.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I think the second one, and for me, here, it would be like craftsmanship. And I'll tell you.
That's my third one.
Really?
Carpentry.
Fuck. And I'll tell you why.
Nah, but
it's because I suck at it.
I'm terrible.
And I want to know. I want to be, like, self-sufficient, but, like you roll around with some of our friends, and it's like, dude, they've been doing it forever. Yeah. And, like, they're watching their dad do it, and they're all into it as kids, and it's like they're fucking good at it.
Dude, and it's like...
And I was not into it at all, you know?
Dude, and that, like, my dad didn't really build... He didn't really build it. He didn't have a... I mean, yeah, he had, like, maybe a saw, but it's nothing like that, right? Where, like, you look at Trey or Taylor, right? They can look at something and be like, I can build that.
Yeah.
And 3 hours later, it's built and working.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
just,
it's insane. Like Trey, I'll never forget when he looked at he got his boat and he went online and was like looking at duck blinds and he saw one that like collapsed a certain way.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I can do that. Just looking at it. Went to the store, bought all the tools, everything he needed. He already has all the tools and all that shit, and built that thing in like 2 days. And you pull one pin, everything collapses together into a compartment. Just like the engineering behind being able to just build things like that.
Yeah.
Is what.
And that's fucking awesome, man. Like, I would love to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and again, like, if Trey sat down for 10,000 hours and I sat down for 10,000 hours, he's going to be better. But, like, if I can just hang, you know, and, like, be, like, legit, like, these guys start chatting it up about fucking stuff, and I'm like, man, you know, it doesn't sound like Russian anymore. Like, I understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
Completely.
Right. And, like Norm, right? And M's dad, my soon-to-be father-in-law, he's been doing it. He's been building houses for the house they live in. He built.
Yeah.
You know, he's been doing this for 40 years. And you could tell him something. He'd be like, yeah, no problem. And he just does it.
Yeah.
Like, he put up a floodlight in the back, and he didn't like that a certain it like the motion sensor didn't go far enough to the right side.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, had spare wood, built this like beautiful mount, like nicely crafted mount, painted it the same color as the thing in an hour, put it up there. Now his motion lights hitting where he wants it, the whole deal. And it's just like the gift of being able to just do that. Now, obviously, it's years of experience.
Yeah, for sure.
But even still, I could learn how to code whatever I want to build to give me the plans, and then go, oh, okay, boom, bang it out. You know, and now I'm building whatever the fuck I want. I'm making whatever I want. So if I can code, I can make everything electronically, and if I can build, I can do it.
That's badass.
And then in the meantime, I'm stock trading master, and my little bot that I built is just making money for me.
True. I'm struggling with my third one though. It's like, so it's kind of like that self-sufficient thing. So I'd be a craftsman, right? And then I think I want to be a good outdoorsman, like really learn it.
Survivalist.
So survivalist, you know, like, because in my head I was like, yeah, I'd really want to know how to fish, and then I'm like, meh, like I like fishing. Fishing's fun, but that's more of like a drinking thing for me. Like, you know, pulling in a big fish. I don't like get that. You know, fishermen get a high when they go fish, and they're out there chasing that big catch or that big, you know.
Right.
All right. You know, and that's fun and all. I just want to I like being out there in the nature and like seeing the scenery, relaxing. And if I catch me a big one, that's fucking awesome.
Right. You're more there for the relaxation part.
Just the fun part of it. And I catch the big one, I get to brag a little bit. You know, here's the picture.
Right.
That's great.
If you don't catch anything, it doesn't matter. You still had a fun time.
Dude, yeah, I'm just there to catch literally the buzz.
Yeah.
Period. But I would also like to be a self-sufficient outdoorsman, like, because we watched that show Alone, which is a crazy show. Y'all ought to check it out. Right now, I forget where they are, but it's like Bear Mountain, because there's bears in every episode just all the time.
I'm good.
This dude, like, finally, like, this dude built a boat, and he's out there, like, paddling around in the lake, you know, and, like, doing his thing, and it's great. And then he's like, man, you know what? I really got to clean myself. He bathes, jumps in butt naked, and he looks up, and there's a fucking bear, like, 40 yards that way, just looking at him like,
that's a big salmon.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I'll be damned if I'm gonna die butt naked on TV by a bear. Like,
yeah, and like you're not allowed to bring any weapons.
No, and
that's a knife. The only thing you're allowed to bring is a knife.
You can bring your and
but you're not winning a knife fight against a bear.
Exactly, but they have those things. Like this one guy brought a shovel that had like the axe edge on one side. It was like multiple tools in one, which that'd be great. But for the life,
what are you gonna do with that?
But for the life of me, I don't understand why these cats don't set up booby traps around their camp, or make some spears, or do some shit. Because I'm telling you right now, that's what I'd do. Like, finally a contestant, like, on that plane, finally a contestant this time built a door, like a legit handle, and build a door, and like so he could shut it. And that's what you really need, because if a bear's coming around smacking your shit, you know, if you could actually close it, and these guys put like the mud and all that, they pack it. You know,
it's insulation.
Like, the bear's not going to try too hard if he doesn't smell food in there. That's the whole thing. They keep their food and shit outside.
Yeah, and
at a different location.
What a lot of them do is they'll put all their food in a sack, and they'll tie it and throw a rope over a tree. And at night they raise it so it's suspended in the air. Yeah,
and just have it away and that kind of stuff. But this dude, the naked guy, is sitting there like, he's like, yeah, I found that if I yell at it or do whatever, it fucking scatters out. And so this guy's sitting there butt naked, just, bear, go away. Go. You know, and it's just like, but the crazy part about that show, it literally shows, like, everybody's worried about, like, overpopulation on the earth. But these cats are sitting out there, and there's, like, nobody for miles and miles and miles and miles. And it's just beautiful mountains, this beautiful lake. There's not a soul. And it's just, it makes you think, it's like, man, you get in traffic and all that, but you got to think, like, there's still parts, there's plenty of places you can go and just be totally alone. And it's sketchy. Like the real deal. Yeah. Yeah. Because nature's doing nature, and it doesn't play. You know?
Dude, and it's like...
Oh, one more point, though. That guy shouting at the bear only ran when he fucking cracked rocks together, and it sounded like a gunshot.
Yeah, so it's
But then the bear ran. Yeah, exactly. So, but I was thinking about, because, you know, all animals know that hear that gunshot, and they're like, fuck that, I'm out.
Yeah, there's certain noises. So, for example, you know, the iPhone alert, it's the ding, ting, right? If that goes off, Sunny is out. I'm telling you, she hates it. She hates it. She will run in the closet and hide. The high pitch, and it all stemmed from Hurricane Florence when my phone kept going off with the tornado.
Yeah.
like the tornado high-pitched alert sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since that night, dude, because, I mean, Sunny, dude, she's been out there with gunshots and nothing phased her.
Yeah.
Ever since that night, thunder, she's out.
Yeah.
High-pitched dings, she's out. Like, it's just weird how animals...
Yeah, I have come to the conclusion, though, when dogs get older, the storms and pressure systems affect them more.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Because my mom's dog, Striker, little Jack Russell Terrier, like, man, he's like Sonny now, dude. He cannot do thunderstorms, man.
Dude, it's just... And it didn't bother him at all.
Yeah.
For years.
Hell no. It didn't matter one bit.
But I really think... Because that night Florence came through, that was like... I was worried for a little while. I was like, this could go really south.
Well, it was scary because of all the random tornadoes.
They just kept
Because
popping.
those of y'all that like don't go through hurricanes, they spawn off all these little tornadoes. They're not like F2, F3s, but they're just little ones that just kind of form, boom, and then kind of go away.
And the issue with Florence was that the storm was only moving at fucking 3 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So it hit us at like 5 a.m. Thursday morning. Was it Thursday morning?
I don't know.
Yeah, about 5 a.m. Thursday morning, we lost power. Hit us pretty good. It all stopped around noon. We knew we were in the eye of it for about 4 hours. That's how big the storm was and how slow it was moving.
Yeah.
And we like drove around, checked shit out, and then it started getting hairy again. And then, Wednesday. Yeah, so Thursday. Yeah. And then Thursday night into Friday was the tornado night. That was the night I only slept like an hour.
Yeah, that was great. I slept with my window open just in case, like, because they say you can hear a tornado. So I was like trying to hear the whistle.
From about 8 p.m. till 6 a.m. was like the sketchiest 10 hours. Yeah. And I was laying on the couch right next to the front window.
Then after all that, we went 5 days without power and just, thank God we bought enough beer for this whole thing. Because I'm telling you, I bought a shit ton of beer.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine how you guys were doing. I mean, we had I had a big 6,500 watt generator, so we were chilling.
Yeah.
But luckily, we got our power back Sunday night.
Yeah.
But there were places in town that didn't have power for 10, 15 days.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, with all this, like, going back to all that hacker shit, man, I think it's a good thing. I'm not saying be a prepper. I'm just going ahead and saying, go ahead and have you some extra cases of water and some food, canned shit that you just don't ever touch.
Yeah.
But, it's easily accessible and you don't need to heat it. Because I'm telling you, dude, shit happens. And especially if we keep going this internet phase of like, because the hackers are always going to try to beat the system.
Of course.
Right? And
that's the name of the game.
Yeah. So, and just like in any game, the bad guy could be winning for a while. So if we keep going through these things, it might get worse before it gets better. That's all I'm saying. Just a little thought, because I think I am. I just was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm not trying to be high and dry. Because like with the gas thing is what made me think about it, because they hacked the gas, and then everybody went straight to the stores. It was like a hurricane without the hurricane.
Yep.
And so I was like, wait a minute. I need to go ahead and just, like these people on a loan, just go ahead and...
That's a good point.
Keep some extras.
I need to fill my cans because I was reading the other day.
But you don't want to keep gas for too long because it'll spoil.
Well, you have to buy the fuel stabilizer.
Yeah.
You can get it on Amazon. You put X amount of fuel per gallon of this stuff in your gas cans, and it makes your fuel last for a year.
Yeah, but I'm like not the plastic ones there, right? Or does it last in the plastic?
The big hard plastic, like the actual gas cans. Yeah.
Okay. Because those ones that are like, it's like metal or something? My dad has one of those now.
Oh.
Saw the other day. I was like,
That bitch is heavy.
That might last a little longer. It's not that heavy.
I'm sure it would over plastic, but if you get fuel, I bought like the nice fuel.
No, I hear you.
But what I was saying was, I was watching some Mike's Weather. Mike's Weather is like this guy.
Oh, Mike's Weather page?
Yep. Who also is affiliated with Tropical Tidbits, which is...
Ooh, I haven't heard that one.
Which is tropicaltidbits.com is one of the best hurricane sites and weather sites you can go to.
Yeah.
But Mike's Weather page is affiliated with it. So he helps with the charting.
Mm-hmm.
And he tweeted or put on Facebook yesterday that I think it's like Alverde or I don't know, some X amount of time during hurricane season, whatever period, is arriving way sooner than expected because of all the Atlantic and Pacific, South Pacific, like tropical. I mean, we already had one, just came through Sunday.
Yeah.
And Monday, it was the remnants of a tropical depression that came up through the Gulf, came across the lower southeast states, and went right over us. I mean, we had some gnarly storms.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, we did. And so a quick tidbit on that Mike's Weather Page guy. This guy's like weatherman.
Yeah, self-made.
Weatherman journalist dude. He's just a regular guy that just loves fucking hurricanes.
Yeah, loves it.
And dude, he drives right into them. Like, I mean, he literally is driving and he's on his phone. So hurricane season, if one hits anywhere, find that guy on Instagram and you can watch him live and just live through the hurricane with that guy. It's pretty wild. I would love to have him on this podcast,
dude. And like big time like weather meteorologists who work for like news stations and shit.
Yeah,
constantly chirping at him.
Yeah,
and he's like they'll be like, oh, unprofessional, because he'll go live on like Facebook Live.
Yeah,
and do weather things, and the dude just fucking loves Natty.
Oh, he drinks.
He just hammers. He hammers down beers while he's doing them, and they're like, "Oh, it's unprofessional," and he'll be like, "Fuck off!" Like, what? Did you see my following? And this dude is right a lot.
You damn right, because dude, you see, he loves it. These fucks are just getting paid. They get per diem. They get a nice hotel. They get all that shit. This cat is out there in his fucking truck with one of his buddies, doing some sketchy shit just because he loves it.
Yep.
And he just happens to be showing you guys. I mean, obviously, he's going to hype it up to try to get his numbers up. I don't blame him there.
But his numbers are up.
Well, but my point is, this is like, yeah, those guys might have loved it, but now they're in a corporate setting. And
I get it.
You get what I'm saying? This dude's
he's like an independent rapper.
No boss. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, having no boss doing what you want to do, to me, is complete freedom. And it's the ultimate joy. Because literally, passing and failing is all on you. And that's what I like. And I salute that guy 100%. And we got to try to get him on here.
Yeah, it's fun. I've been watching his live videos, and he'll be like, "Oh, add a beer," and he gets out of his chair. You can hear him grab it out the fridge, and he's back, cracks it, and just keeps going.
Yeah, I'd love the storm chase with him, dude. I'd get all up in it.
Yeah, but he's great. So follow him, Mike's Weather Page, and Tropical Tidbits.
Tropical Tidbits. I'm gonna have to catch that. I like the name.
You can they do 10 to 12 days, future maps, so you can like watch the storm. And now, granted, it's all.
Yeah, no, I got you.
But a lot of times, man, they're pretty on.
That's what's up, man. I have to give that a...
Pretty on. Back to what we were talking about.
Give it a look-see.
So your third one...
is being an outdoorsman, I think.
Outdoorsman.
Being able to survive on the land. You know, just general stuff. Like, I'm not a big hunter. You know, I'm from the South, but I don't hunt. I fish when my buddies go, but like...
I would think I'd be more inclined to fish and eat a lot of fish if I was having to survive outside.
Really? Not me. Because I don't like fish.
Well, I would capture an animal and skin it and eat it.
Yeah.
But like hunting it, like unless I got a gun, that's going to be hard for me.
I mean, dude, I think it'd be kind of fun to be strategic and try to set a trap and do all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to lie, dude, skinning a fucking animal is not what I want to do.
No, never.
Not at all. Like, none of that survival shit is what I want to do. I just would like to know how to do it and efficiently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I don't know. I just think that'd be good for you. And I'm not going to lie, I like being outside, even though I'm a pale bastard. I like being outside.
I mean, it's fun.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of nature too.
Yeah, so those are my three things, man. I think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be a coder.
Mm-hmm.
Stockmaster.
Mm-hmm.
And just fucking hell of a craftsman.
Mm.
Just be in that workshop building whatever you need.
Yeah, excellent.
I think Jonathan Elliott. Shout out Jonathan Elliott. I think you built these. If you didn't, you can take credit. But I like the swing you built for your twins.
Oh.
His wife posted a photo the other day.
It.
Emily showed me. She's like, "Look what Jonathan built." It's like this dual swing.
Yeah. Well, similar topic. Shout out to Marshall. He built that bunk bed for his twins.
Listen, Marshall.
Yeah.
Is already a master at probably all the things we just listed.
This man picked up coding and all that shit, did it all.
Yeah, so he's already got me beat.
Yeah, I think the fourth one, if I had a fourth, would be cooking. Cooking, because that's, A, ladies love that. B, I don't know how to do it. I mean, I do, man. I can feed myself, but it's like...
Yeah, you don't know how to,
I mean, dude, I like to, what spices hit which meat best and, like, how to
cook what X cut and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, just really sit by the grill at somebody else's barbecue and just tell them everything they're doing wrong. Like, I want to be that guy. You get what I'm saying?
I hope I don't do that.
Sure.
If you want, here's a suggestion.
Yeah.
AKA, you're blowing it.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I have a huge piece of meat on the grill right now.
Hey, dude, I'm looking forward to getting some of that. Could you beer me real quick before we get into the next topic on the old agenda?
I put a big pork shoulder on the grill, on the smoker at 7 a.m. this morning. It'll be ready at 7 p.m. tonight.
And dude, I'll tell you, I like that kind of cooking where it's like a whole event. It's like a whole day long thing, and you got to keep checking it, and like it's because then it's got to be way more rewarding.
Yep.
You know, you do a chicken breast that's done in like 5 minutes. You know, there you go.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
But the all day long thing,
it's fun. I mean, and like obviously you have to plan it to do it when it's convenient. And today it was convenient for me. But like even the other night, for Father's Day, I did another beer can chicken. We had M's parents over, and it was on there for about 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
I knocked it out the fucking park, dude. It's like the juiciest chicken you'll ever have.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. And even then, it's like 3 hours is still fun because, like, you know, being a guy, right? You put something on the grill, you're
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Gotta have a beer for this.
You damn right
You're
you
like,
do.
oh, how long is it cooking for? 3 hours.
Dude, yeah, it's like the whole hunter-gatherer thing. It's like you're in your primal state. Like, I got this fucking meat. I'm grilling the shit out of it.
Yeah.
My woman's gonna eat it, and look what I did. I made that. You get what I'm saying?
And the cool part was, it was like on sale at the Teeter. It was one of those things where it was like, this has to be cooked in the next, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was like $8, $7, $8.
I'm telling you right now, like the sales, you need to jump on the sales now because prices are just going up.
I know.
You got to be strategic.
I know.
Get after it. And this cat right here knows all the sales. You got to start fucking tweeting those out.
It's not a deal. It's a goddamn steal. Oh, shit. Chat, let us know, or Rounders, let us know what you would do. What 3 things you would master?
Mm-hmm.
Sports.
Oh, did anybody hit up? Just
No.
Quick check. No? Nobody said what they would master?
No.
Carry on.
Sports. All right. Blue.
Yeah.
Get the fuck off my case. Dude, it's unreal that the umpires, this whole sticky substance thing, it's like, look, okay, I get it. But then you got to think from the other side.
Mm-hmm.
On average, a baseball game uses 40 to 50 new baseballs per game. Every time a ball's in the dirt, catcher hands it to the ump hands him a shiny brand new ball.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look, if y'all haven't thrown a brand new baseball, it's like pretty slippery. Are there things that pitchers are doing that are maybe a little borderline over illegal? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like they were doing, what was it, like sunscreen and pine tar?
Yeah, they're
mixture, like just weird shit.
Yeah.
At any rate, they're putting a halt to it. But they are doing it in the most extreme way.
Yeah.
Like Jacob deGrom, who I've, the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
Who I've talked about. They checked him the other night.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing he's got all over him is fucking greatness. Okay?
Damn.
Max Scherzer, another phenomenal pitcher. They checked him 3 times in that game the other night. To the point where he got so pissed, he threw his glove on the ground. He walked off the mound, threw his glove on the ground, took his hat off, pulled his shirt out, and starts unbuckling his pants. And he's like, what do you guys want to do? I mean, he was about to drop trout in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Because he was so pissed off. Because it's like, look, dude, how many times, just because my man is on tonight, he's throwing heat, he's putting the pitches wherever the fuck he wants,
Yeah.
you're going to check him 3 times?
It's fucking wild, dude. And it's like it's fucking prison out there.
Dude, it's...
Like you smuggling shit in here?
Yeah, and the whole thing is, they're making all these rules about time in the batter's box and all this shit to speed the game up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all out the window.
And they're slowing it the fuck down. Like, hold on. I bet you the overs have gone way up. I don't know. I haven't really tracked that.
I haven't tracked that either.
But I bet you the overs are up right now in baseball.
Well, yeah, because there are pitchers who absolutely use
You damn
that
right.
shit.
You damn right. Especially if you're getting older, bro. You got to stay in the game.
Yeah.
Like, come on, son. So if they take that shit off, I'm just saying hitters probably smacking the shit out of it right now.
Yeah, and I know, like, speaking with Farrell, right? Jeff Farrell, who I work with, who pitched in the MLB.
Mm-hmm.
He kept every single hat all the way from college through minor leagues and everything, and he gave one of his hats to someone in the office. I don't know who got it, but and that shit underneath one of the corners had the shit. I was like, yeah, so you cheating son bitch. He goes, I ain't the only one, because he's like Dave Coleman, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I ain't, kind of like laughs and snickers at me, and I was like, was it like that? He's like, yeah, everybody was fucking doing
Hell
that shit.
yeah, dude. Because I mean, and that's like, I get why they're cracking down. I understand it because, like, you know, if you're sitting there trying to make it, and you're 10 guys pitching, 8 of them have the sticky shit on. Like, dude, how are you gonna be able to compete?
Yeah. All right, okay. So for those of you who don't know why pitchers use sticky substances like that,
Yeah.
it's to give the ball more spin, or depending on what pitch they're throwing, right? To give them more grip to spin it quicker, get more rotation,
a little more zip
and revolution on the ball.
Yeah.
To basically break harder or slide harder or whatever, right? Drop, all that stuff. Yeah. So it's absolutely an advantage.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, dude, check the pitcher once.
All right, here's what pisses me off about this whole thing.
Or check him before he takes the field, and then when he's done, right? Let's say, all right, we're subbing him out. Check him again, and be done with it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying they're acting like fucking FBI checking these guys for this, but they didn't give a fuck about steroids for like fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Yeah, and you telling me this little stickum is more important than the steroids that these dudes are juicing on?
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
But you know what it is? It's because they're seeing that it's a pitcher's game.
Yeah.
But like I said, with all of sports, listen, nutrition, training, exercise, genetics, all this shit is getting better and better and better. Yeah. We are figuring out scientifically how to make ourselves better, which means the athletes are going to be better. Not to mention, compared to the 80s and 90s and how fucking ripping cigs and all this bullshit, they're like taking it serious. So yeah, Jacob deGrom's numbers are fucking insane. He has a 0.5 ERA, okay, through, I think, 13 starts, something like that. He's the first pitcher in baseball, sub-1 ERA, over 100 strikeouts in the first 10 starts. It's like he's on pace to have the best year ever by a pitcher. And he doesn't use any of that, but his numbers year over year have just gotten better and better and better because he focuses and he takes his life very serious.
Apparently, he's spending 10,000 hours on it.
Yeah.
Every single year.
He's more than mastered that shit.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like it's a pitcher's game because they're just getting better. And baseball's getting pissed because they're losing viewership. Because what drives viewers? What's the most viewed thing every year in baseball besides the World Series?
Home Run Derby?
The Home Run Derby.
Yeah.
That's what people want to see fucking dingers.
So fucking what? And here's my thing. The Home Run Derby, look on ESPN Classics to back when Hank Aaron was hitting it. The dude was no bigger than the baseball bat. But he was still ripping homers out there. But it goes back to your thing. It's called technique. Mechanics. All that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And just because somebody's a freak and is good at it, like, don't come up there harassing them.
Yep.
But that's a whole different, though, like, the steroids thing really pisses me off in any sport, all sport, no matter what. Because and then people are like, well, everybody else is doing it. Nah, fuck that, dude. It's called pride.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you want to be able to the best you can be physically possible, hit your limit of what you were given by the Almighty. You know, not this fucking, stick me in the ass, make me Superman shit, because that's not you. That's not you.
I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed watching the season when McGuire and Sosa were going.
No, it was cool, but I'm going to tell you, like, I'd give that all back to it never happened because I was so let down when I knew they were cheating.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, dude, fuck you guys.
If someone wants to make some money and they want to start another baseball league where you allow the steroid shit and you just see bombs all the time, do it.
Yeah, but dude, it's just like that. That's not going to work. Nobody gives a fuck about that.
Fair.
I'm just saying it's not. Like, you want to go to a clown show, go to the circus.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's very well said.
Yeah, so that's just me on that.
I mean, it's fair. I'm all for, like, the integrity of the game and all that. But, like, stop fucking just, like, Max Scherzer, DeGrom. Like, why are you checking? These are, you're supposed to be like, if you want to check somebody 3 times, you got to be checking homeboy who's had 2 starts in his career and he's out here throwing 101 and he's throwing curveballs that are dropping 2.5 fucking feet.
Yeah.
Like, you just come at legends. It's like kind of fucked up in my mind.
I would, if I was like the players, the pitcher, I'd be like,
well,
I'm gonna check y'all fucking home plate umps every time. Like, dude, your strike zone's a little off.
And here we go.
Are you conspiring against me, sir? You know, I mean, seriously.
No, 100%.
Get off my ass.
100%. And like the last thing about it, why are you installing this rule change like that in the middle of the season? Why is this not getting figured out over All-Star break so the teams are briefed? Everyone knows what's going on. This was like, all right, here's the rule. Pow, starts tonight.
Yeah.
Like, no one knows what they're doing.
Well, that's the problem in society today, man. There's a problem. And don't think about it. Just throw some shit at it, and hopefully that fixes it.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work like that.
That's not analyzation.
That's not fucking life. Yeah. We've lost the ability to critically think.
Yeah, I know. It's sad. Moving on. John Rahm. What a performance
The fucking
on that
Spaniard.
final day.
That was so epic, dude.
So epic. And, like, you just feel so good for him, right? Redemption. He gets pulled from the last major after he was 6 ahead.
Well, it wasn't a major. It was a tournament.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
But it was a big tournament.
Yeah, I mean, because he was going to win that thing, and he's going to make good money.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go, well, he already has money. Well, hey, Dick, everybody could use some more. I mean, you never know what could happen
It's also
in life.
okay, I'm sorry. He's a competitor. He likes to
Exactly, yeah. You literally took my victory away. And here's my thing. It's like, dude, he was, like, tested positive, and he had just had his first COVID shot a week ago. And it's like, did that have any correlation there?
Well, and he got out of COVID protocol early.
Fuck yeah, he did.
Because he tested negative. I don't even think he had it. I think it was a false positive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a sack of shit.
Yeah.
If I would have been him, like, dude, look, let's line up about 20 of these tests, and, really figure this thing out because.
Yeah. But you know what? He took it like a man. He said, well, rules are rules.
Right, he took it like a man.
And then after he won, he said, I'm a huge believer in karma.
Yeah.
And it was, this was meant to be.
He said, I felt like the stars were aligning and like everything was working out.
His game was on.
It was all falling in place. And I could tell you, like watching that. First off, it was a great Sunday because the leaderboard kept changing.
Oh, phenomenal Sunday golf.
Like from first and third it was one stroke. So like the third place was 3 under, first place was 5 under, like the whole fucking day.
Yeah, so at one point there were 9 golfers within 2 shots.
Yeah, of the lead.
Yeah.
And like the crazy thing is like DeChambeau, he was making a fucking run because I made a bet with Captain DW.
Yeah.
I was like, dog, DeChambeau's winning this tournament. Like, just nobody sees it coming. Like he's gonna double up. And I was like, I bet him 3 beers, like, slamming 3 beers. And he started heating up and I was like, oh, it's fucking on. And then this cat hit on a par 3, he hit it within an inch of a hole-in-one.
I saw it.
A fucking inch. Right after that, this man's hitting the TV tower. He's fucking hitting this, that, and the other. Just blowing up.
That's what I'm saying. He puts it within 1 inch of an ace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm like, oh, shit. This dude's about to take off.
Yeah.
Downhill he goes, dude.
Just fucking crushed it. And this is...
I think he had an 8, right?
On one of those holes.
The hole after. It was a par 4.
And I watched him putt. I'm like, dude, he literally didn't give it any touch, any, like, let me take a breath. He just fucking smacked it. I'm like, dude, you're blowing. What happened? Did Brooks send you a text? Like, what happened?
Someone must have been talking shit.
Somebody fucked with, but hey, all day, even with Brooks, I heard they called Brooks Bryson and Bryson Brooks. So they each got heckled. And the announcers even said it like, yeah, it's been about even with the heckling. Oh, and did anybody see the little, he wasn't a streaker, but the guy who disrupted the game?
Yeah, he ran out there and dropped the ball in the fairway and hit it.
Yeah, so this dude had like a belly tie-dye shirt on, and he was obviously fucked up. And he had like 1 golf club and like 3 golf balls. And he just got out there, and it was right behind it was either behind or in front of DeChambeau, because DeChambeau was either about to hit or just hit, because they were switching cameras. Because like I heard the announcer go, and we have a streak, and then because I thought he said streaker, I was like, oh shit, here we go. Well, they cut back and they show this fucking idiot. He went out there and just hit it, and like he started dancing with the golf club and doing like that, right? The cops come running out there like, all right, hey, put it down. So the guy like puts his hands up and he like goes to take a knee. He's like, oh yeah, and then he takes off, starts sprinting, and then somebody with a golf cart and like one of the cops in the golf cart comes up, about hit him. And then, like, he stopped. They tackled him. But so they cut to this guy they call Bones or whatever. That's, like, the announcer's name. They're like the guys that, okay, we're in behind.
Is that the big chubby dude?
John Robb on the 18T.
Is that the big chubby dude who used to be the caddy?
I don't know if it's the chubby guy.
That guy's awesome.
But they literally were like, oh, yeah, Bones, give us a description about what happened. He goes, oh, we had a disturbed patron come out on the 13th fairway and hit 2 golf balls, and now he's currently being face down behind, it just, like, nailed it, right? And they were like, dude, that was the most brilliant description you've given all day. Thank you. Like,
dude, and those guys are so funny looking. Yeah. They remind me of like the old radio guys in the war.
Oh, for sure.
With the big, they have like the big headset with the antennas up. They got the big fanny pack that has all the shit. And they're just like, okay, here we are. We are currently sitting on the 9th green, and he is putting for birdie. Ooh, slightly to the right. It's like they're just the excitement. Yeah, the excitement via whisper is like a true gift.
Oh, bro, and and it's so engaging. It's like, oh, what type of grass is it? Oh, it's Bermuda. No, the sun has switched. It's now high noon.
Could you imagine if we just recorded our podcast like this?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's incredible. I will say that. Anyway, also it was a great U.S. Open. I'm glad John Rahm won. I felt bad for Louis Oosthuizen.
Yeah, it really sucks. He really fell apart right there on the 17.
And this is a cat that drives it straight like every time.
Every time.
And the only place he had to not go was left, because left was a cliff, and he hit it right off the fucking cliff.
I know, and I was like, oh, this is going to be exciting. We'll have a nice playoff.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was going to be great.
And then he just blew it.
And I was like, man, so that dude, he's had one victory his whole career.
So many runner-ups. Did you see how many times he's finished second?
And you know what his one career victory was? The British Open. And that's that's a big deal. That's like golf was created over there. So the British Open's a big deal. And he won that, I think it was like 10 or 11 years ago. Something like that. But he was right
7 runner-ups.
Yeah, but check this out. Here's the cool thing about old Louis. So he's a South African, but he's a fucking farm boy. Like, he grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
And just straight up a farmer. And like, I think he lives in the States now, but they say he has like 150 acres of land and just fucking farms it, just like he's back home. But like, that's his thing. He doesn't like do any of this other stuff. He just golfs and farms. And I'm like, dude, I love it.
How many drives do you think he just into the cornfield?
Oh, God, dude. Imagine him getting loose one night, just getting drunk, just fucking smoke. Speaking of getting loose, I don't know if y'all saw the footage of John Rahm kind of celebrating his victory.
Well, so he's the first Spaniard to win.
Yeah, the U.S. Open.
The U.S. Open, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting? So, all right, for all you bettors out there, trends, Hideki Matsuyama was the first Japanese person to win the Masters. Mm-hmm. Okay. John Rahm was the first Spaniard to win the U.S. Open. Okay. So it's like, who's going to be the first of whatever in the British Open?
Well, you have to research countries who haven't won it yet. And
then see, when it comes to trends, I don't really, it doesn't have to be, I'm just thinking the first, like a first. So what I looked up was, who are the greatest golfers that haven't won a major? Right? And so, like...
Oh, that Matthew Wolff kid is hunting.
Yeah, he's good, but I'm saying Xander Schauffele is also good in hunting. Okay? That's just somebody to think about. God, I had the list the other day.
Yeah, but these guys... But, like, I guess that was Matsuyama's first major, too.
Yeah, I believe so.
Has John Rahm, was that his first major?
That was his first.
Okay.
Because I found a website. It was an article posted in October of 2020. Or, yeah, it might have been before that. But they had a list of 10 great golfers that hadn't won. And it was just... And 3 of the guys on that list have won recently. And I was like, oh, shit. If I saw the other names, I could fucking relate it to you. But maybe I'll do a follow-up next week and let you know what names those were. Yeah, I know Xander Schauffele was one of them for sure. Yeah. So...
Rahm's video, though. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, yeah, no, go ahead. Go.
Tell him about you.
So his celebration video, which was fucking classic. This man was outside, on the back patio of some house on a golf course, and he's like, he had poured beer into the U.S. Open cup, like prior to the camera turning on, obviously. And so the camera cuts on. He's sitting there just chugging out of his cup, and there's a little golf ball on the ground, glow in the dark golf ball. And this man picks up a golf club. He's looking out there at the green from the patio. And just fucking, and literally there's a guy, it's a picture on the clock. There's a guy about 11 o'clock right there to his,
right in front of him.
Right there, sitting in the chair on the cell phone, just kind of typing, looking up at him, smiling. Old John Rahm just smokes it off the fucking concrete, off one of these cobblestones, rips it. Beautiful shot.
I mean, murdered it.
Yeah.
Didn't even look at it. Hits it.
Yeah.
Drops the club, picks the cup up, and keeps drinking.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that's the house he was probably staying at on the course, and it was that night that video was taken. But and you know what else was awesome, cool? Man. Is that he just had a kid a couple months ago, and it was Father's Day.
Yeah.
And so, like, first Father's Day.
Dude, it was cool, and, like, his parents got to come over from Spain.
Yep.
So, like,
it's the first time they could travel over.
Yeah, and it's been, like, a year and some change since they, like, saw him, like, in person, I think. I mean, it was just all kinds of great things, but that's the thing about golf. If you're going to bet golf, look at those stories, look at those trends, because golf's one of those sports, like, the stars do align out there a lot.
A lot.
And it's I'm not saying it's easy to call, but if you could find that trend, go ahead and trust your gut and go with that. For sure.
I think what I'm going to do next time is, like, after Friday, like Friday night, see who's hunting and be like, all right, do any of these dudes have a good story?
Exactly. And then you put that.
And then you put that in for the future.
They still
do futures.
Well, yeah, they still do top 5 finishes, top 3, that kind of shit. But yeah, that's a great way to go about it. But prior to that, if you do like a DraftKings lineup or something like that, look for the storylines. You know.
Very cool. Shout out to little John Rahm, the old Spaniard.
The old Spaniard.
NC State, the College World Series is going on right now, if anyone's interested.
Yeah.
NC State's playing Vanderbilt. As we speak, I have no clue what the score is, but NC State had a considerable amount of players pulled 1 hour prior to the game today for COVID tests, positive COVID tests, which is wild. They took the field with 9 position players and 4 pitchers. They have 13 players playing against Vanderbilt's 23.
Yeah, that's some shit. But so I'm not really a big State fan, even though I'm from North Carolina. I don't like fucking State, just for a lot of personal reasons. But I will say this: I am rooting for them because I do love a team that the odds are against them.
The underdogs. You gotta love a good underdog.
I'm the biggest underdog fan.
And the only other ACC team, I think they're still in it. I don't really know how.
Virginia?
Yeah, and fuck UVA.
Yeah, well, they were fucking cranking the ball the other day against, was it Mississippi? Was who they were playing?
Mississippi State.
Or was it Alabama?
Mississippi State. They were no-hitting.
Yeah.
He was throwing a no-hitter into the 7th, and then it got broken up.
Yeah.
And then Mississippi State fucking laid it on them in the 8th.
Really?
Won that game.
They won that game?
Mississippi State won that game.
Because that was the other day, right before we were doing. Wow, I did not know they came
Some
back.
dude hit a go-ahead 3-run home run in the 8th, and they interviewed him after, and of course he's just like, big white country boy.
Oh, hell, corn-fed.
Right? He like pulls his gold cross chain out from underneath his jersey and does the interview, and he's got a fucking mohawk. And he's like, man, you just dream of these things. And I'm like, this kid's 20 years old, doesn't look like it. And he's like, man, I just want to give a shout out to Randy for hitting that second or hitting that double to get the guys in, get on base. And I was like, yeah, his teammate Randy. And I was like, this motherfucker. Dude.
I'm telling you, them coaches didn't travel far to scout. Let me tell you that right now.
Nah, dude, Mississippi State.
But you don't have to down there, man. Like,
well, and it's baseball too. Think about it. Like, it's just a lot of great baseball players are just corn-fed fucking motherfuckers, dude.
You fucking right, dude. Just something about it. I don't know what it is.
I don't know either. It's just country, like.
Well, it's a sport you legitimately dip while you play. Like.
Yeah.
I mean.
It's outlawed in college now. But
what?
You're not allowed to do it in college?
Bullshit.
You're not allowed to.
Dude, I'm about tired of these not allowed to shits and all these rules and regulations. I don't know about how you rounders feel out there, but that's honestly, to me, that's a disgrace to baseball. Not being allowed to dip while you play.
That's how I feel about it.
I mean, you can go to the local high school right now. All these cats are out there dipping and
Putting
playing.
one in it. I mean.
What do you mean?
They just sneak it.
I don't know, bro.
It's just how the NCAA rolls, Bubba.
Yeah, it's whack, dude.
NCAA, non-profit organization.
Yeah, sure.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I bet you everybody that works there drives a nice car.
For sure. So I have no idea who's winning that. Hopefully NC State wins, but that's going to be a tough. Yeah. Their second baseman and their closer were two of the... And their second baseman's like one of the best players on the team.
Damn, that sucks.
Yep. Hockey. Islanders Lightning. This might be one of the best hockey series I've ever seen.
It's fucking wild.
Hey, Mike, can I call you back?
Yeah, it's fucking wild, though. I'm pissed about the other day, though. It was when they won 8-0, Tampa Bay. I just took Tampa Bay straight up, and I was like so close to pushing the button on, -1.5, -1.5. Yeah. And I fucking didn't, and they fucking smoked them, dude.
God almighty, 3-0 at the end of the first, and then it was 6-0 at the end of the second.
Yeah, incredible.
Incredible. They got slapped, but last night, was it last night? No, 2 nights ago. Islanders were down 2-1, tied it, took it to overtime, and then won to force Game 7. So that game is tonight. It's quite the pick'em for me.
So currently it's at -160, I do believe.
Tampa Bay -160, that's right.
Yep.
On the puck line.
Because it's at Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's at Tampa Bay.
That's tonight at 8,
yep.
I believe.
I don't know what I'll take. I don't know if you have to watch a game. Game 7 in the NHL is like one of the best playoff sporting events you can watch.
Yeah.
Hands down, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, dude. They're going to be fighting the entire, like, there's going to be, talk about no quit.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And like, remember when you were rollerblading as a kid?
Yeah.
How tired your lower back would get?
Yeah.
These dudes, think about that.
Dude, speaking of rollerblading, just real quick, fucking Mayo randomly bought rollerblades the other day and sent me a video of him rollerblading. That's it, I'm getting it, son. I was like, yo, like, you employing at Sonic or what?
Dude.
But he said, he goes, yeah. He's like, I was on Craigslist, man. I just said, fuck it. And some old guy, he said he went to Pine Valley and some old guy was selling them for $20. He said the old guy was like, I bought them, busted my ass, and I'm selling them. And Mayo was like, okay. But Mayo, the funniest shit though, Mayo goes, yeah, I went rollerblading, I got done, came home, looked at my feet and said, yeah, that was worth it. And bro, I fucking lost it, dude. So Mayo's the dog groomer. If y'all hadn't seen that or listened to that episode,
dude,
man.
M found her old roller skates.
God.
Other than what, M found her old roller skates at her like the 4-wheel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not talking like K9 inline joints.
Yeah.
Like you're putting on a disco and you're doing.
Oh yeah, the 4 wheels. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Square.
So yeah, peep that tonight.
That's gonna be great.
We have.
Oh, who you think's gonna win that game? Tampa Bay, bro. It's at Tampa. They're taking.
Yeah.
They're fucking good.
Well, I mean, like you said last time, they're gonna go back to back. You said.
Yeah, and I said if they do, the Buccaneers are gonna win as well.
Yeah, very true. All right, NBA. We have the Hawks at Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks are -8.
Yeah, they're -8 because Hawks took it to them the first time, man.
Yeah, Hawks are up 1-0 in the series.
But if you remember, that's what they did last time at Philadelphia in the beginning of that series. They came in there and fucking wrecked shop that first game.
Again, as I say with the Hawks, if they are down at the end of the third quarter, take the plus points.
Yep.
Because they always make a run.
Even if they don't win, they're coming back.
If they're down 11
Yeah.
and Atlanta's +8.5, +9.5, like take it. If they lose by 2
Yeah.
or 3.
Go ahead and do
like,
that.
dude, their fourth quarter runs have been unreal. Trae Young doesn't quit.
Yeah.
He could be 1 for 15 in the first half, come out and be 13 for 15 in the second half.
I'll put it this way: I'm taking the +8 on Atlanta tonight. Because yeah, they might lose, but it's not gonna be by fucking 8 points. I don't think. That's just me, but that's the way I'm going.
M said she would fuck it up on the skates. I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
That's chat commenting on our rollerblading.
Last night, the Clippers won to take a 2-1 lead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, to get a win in the
win.
series. They're down 2-1.
Yeah, Paul came back, looked a little rusty.
Yep. He did look a little rusty, but he's going to get back in the swing of things.
For sure.
I'll let the Suns take in that. Listen, if you don't have Kawhi, I don't know how long he's going to be out. Or did he play? No, he didn't. Chris Paul played. But if you don't have Kawhi, like,
look,
everything relies on Paul George.
Yeah, nah, ain't happening.
And he's either good or not good.
Yeah.
There's no mediocre.
And his emotion stays the same, which really pisses me off.
Yeah, he's
kind of a neutral kind of player. Doesn't get real hyped.
Now, he suffered one of the most gruesome injuries. His leg snapped. Like, I'm talking in half snapped.
It's fucking
compound snap. And so to see him come back, it's great. But like you said, he has no motion, and he's either really good or just really bad.
Yeah, I think if he doesn't come back this series, I mean, Suns are going to whip that ass.
Yeah, it's over.
I'm telling you right now, next game, if Kawhi's not playing next game, bet the Suns heavy.
Heavy.
And
that next game is tomorrow. But yeah, so we had Hawks and Bucks tonight. You're gonna take Atlanta
+8.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna live it. Islanders Lightning game 7. It's a toss up for me. Perhaps the over. Over's probably 5.5.
I like the over, but I'm still taking Tampa Bay. I might do Tampa Bay in the over.
I'll just do one or the other.
Why?
Well, because Tampa.
If they fight back and forth.
Yeah, we saw 3-2 last game though.
Yeah, we saw 8-0 the game before.
Shit. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what the over is right now, so.
Yeah, I don't know either. But either way, check that out. Let us know what 3 things you would do if you had 10,000 hours to master it.
Yeah, hit
we
us
want
up.
to hear your responses. Hit us up. We'll be back again next week. This weekend, what we got coming up?
I don't know, but if you have something interesting, we'll definitely shout you out on the next one. So do hit us up.
For sure.
What we got coming up? Not too much, but I did work out something today. Hopefully, we'll be able to show you guys Christmas in July.
That's right. Yeah, Christmas in July.
So those of you who don't live here or can't get here, you can at least get a little taste of what we're about to go through.
What we're going to experience, because we're going to have a full-fledged... We're going to be able to enjoy it, and we're going to have someone there to document
Hopefully they'll document it. Hopefully we won't do anything too stupid. So
if we do, sorry.
If we do, you're welcome, because it'll be entertaining.
That's right. And we'll catch you guys next week.
Peace.